Firebet Hero. Looks like Firebet Hero spamming Goliaths only, and is also going to try and send the 1 or 2 Goliaths back. 1 right now to try and deal with these Vultures. But if Vulture Mines come out soon, that could be problematic for those Goliaths. I don't know if a Machine Shop is down yet for... Or if a Machine Shop is upgraded, I should say, right now for Fantasy, because I know he has speed. Or at least I'm pretty sure he has speed. Those were some pretty fast Vultures moving out. And now it looks like the Goliaths have shown up. And no, actually no speed on those Vultures, so... Take that back. Might not even be any Machine Shops for either player. It looks like 7 Goliaths and 3 factories right now for Firebet Hero. Firebet Hero really committing to this, and smart play by him, I think. I don't think he really has any choice now. I don't think he really has the opportunity to transition into an economical game. He's just got to commit right now to this Goliath and maybe start producing some more Vultures. Go for that kind of a push, and it looks like Fantasy is doing pretty much the same thing, just producing a lot of Goliaths, and it's going to come down to Goliath on Goliath micro, and now we're almost seeing a game that looks like PvP, Dragoons on Dragoons. Instead of that, we're seeing Goliaths on Goliaths. Who's got the better Goliath micro, and who can micro this a little better. It looks like some SCVs coming off the line for Fantasy as well. Going to be able to repair, maybe do some drilling here. And there's the drill coming in. They're going to disrupt the Goliaths of Firebet Hero and could give him that crucial little piece of advantage there. And I think it has, especially with the reinforcing Vulture or 2. And since he's able to bring SCVs into the fray, and Firebet Hero is not, the extra damage, the repairing ability, the drilling ability of those SCVs is really going to come into to play here. And just too many Goliaths here, I think, at this point. There's too many SCVs repairing, too many Goliaths, too many extra shots necessary, and actually Firebet here doing a fantastic job with his micro here, picking off a lot of Goliaths, and actually, wow, Firebet Hero actually picking off all the Goliaths. Firebet Hero could actually push down right now, depending upon how much life is left on these Goliaths. That was some fantastic micro from Firebet Hero, out-microing Fantasy. Some fantastic play there, and Fantasy maybe, I don't know what he was doing there, mis-microing that a little bit. He had better forces there, and oh, there we go, picking off all of those damaged Goliaths, and that's the price you pay when you don't have SCVs to repair your mechanized units. Firebet Hero using a lot of Goliaths because he only had a couple shots left on them. So Firebet Hero, once again, even though he had more Goliaths for a short period of time, they're all highly damaged, and Fantasy was able to take advantage and pick them off one by one. Although it looks like Fantasy and both players actually look like they have about equal number of SCVs right now. They both have lost not lost a lot, but Fantasy lost a lot that push out. Firebet Hero just simply hasn't produced very many. Neither player can really afford to produce any at this point. If either of them waste the minerals to produce, say, 2 or 3 SCVs, that's the equivalent of a Goliath and almost a Vulture there. So, not likely either of them will be producing SCVs, and I'm getting the random hiccups, which is not very cool, I gotta say, especially in this kind of a game right now. It looks like Firebet here pushing down here, trying to hit the end of this line of Fantasy, able to pick off, getting the first Goliath kill and the second Goliath kill on Fantasy, and he's lost a couple himself. Nice little micro war here, but the reinforcing rate for Fantasy looks like it might be too much. And I think sooner or later, I think Fantasy just has too much here, and able to pick off a couple of these Goliaths here that are weakened, and just going to come ahead. I don't think either player has been able to afford +1 either, and just a little bit of repairing here, a little bit of repairing there is all you really need. And now this should be it. Now that the Goliaths are in range of those factories, in range of the reinforcements, Firebet here is going to wait for another round of Goliaths and then try and push out at the last possible second. But he's going to have a lot of damaged Goliaths there. And Fantasy is going to be able to continuously reinforce this exact same spot, just stream his Goliaths up, and yeah, he's going to be in a pretty good spot, and Firebet here was not. Firebet here going to lose that Goliath as well, and yeah, it looks like one of those factories just not going to be able to position itself very well. And producing a factory back at home, I'm going to try and delay this game, I'm going to try and last as long as possible, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Don't think he's going to be able to produce enough there and do enough damage here in order to really stay alive. Can't even lift off those factories. If you lift off those factories, 1, you can't produce, and 2, they take so much more damage from the Goliaths. Goliath's surface-to-air missiles are just so strong, and yeah, it's going to be, I think Firebet here is just about done, losing 1 factory and the second factory almost going down. Goliath's range obviously hasn't been upgraded yet, so those factories are actually going to be able to float away here and just float on. Which is a great song, by the way, Float On by Modest Mouse. Great game. Great song, I should say. And Firebet here looks like he's going to try and push out with all of his weakened Goliaths. Might actually be able to do so, but no, there's too much damage already on the Goliaths beforehand. And Firebet Hero is going to lose all of those Goliaths here. Might have to be able to land those factories again somewhere in the top left. But, you know, he's trying to produce stuff back at home. Going to try and get a machine shop down. But I think it's going to be too late. Fantasy's already been streaming Goliaths into that area, starting to take down the supply depot already. If Firebet here tries to pull off SCVs, they're just going to die. and Firebit Hero's just about drawing dead. There goes the supply depot, and Firebit Hero's walking right into the main, gonna start picking off SCVs left and right, and it's time for or Fantasy walking right in, and Firebit Hero can just GG. There it is. Fantasy stopping the all kill, throwing up the wall. Fantasy able to stop it, and he's gonna have to do a reverse all kill if SK Telecom 1 is gonna have to make a comeback here. Samson Khan has lost their first match here, and Firebit Hero I'm sure is disappointed. Wanted that all kill, very close to getting that all kill, but not gonna be today. Not gonna be today. Firebit Hero's gonna have to wait for another time. He played some great games though, taking out Bisu and Best. Were the big keys. I mean, he also beat Kanata in that opening set, but Bisu and Best, the two big dogs, very key there. And you saw Terran in the background and Jangbi. I expect we'll see Jangbi in the next set, but I will definitely see you all in the 5th set. We're heading over there.